Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with Transport Fever Mainline. We pick up the action today following along with this Hill Valley to Mos Eisley commuter service that has, it's never worked. It's never made money. This route, more than any other, has been incredibly difficult to make profitable. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why. Some curious signalling going on there. Well, you know, two sets of signals far better than just having one set of signals. Now, we're currently in the section of track, and we're about to have a tunnel interfere with the glorious picture that we've got going on. But we're in the current section of track where we are running up, up, down, down, or down, down, up, up. There were two ups, two downs in parallel, rather than up, down, which is what we did by default. There we go. Let's have a look at that now. The route in question is the dark blue line that you look at here, and as you can see, I've recently moved it so that it's had a line all to itself. Just to make sure that all four lines are being moved. We'll have these trees out of the way in a moment. Meanwhile, here's me flying me drone over the side of the mountain. Ain't that something? Anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to try and make this more profitable, but at the same time I want to explore a new idea for up, up, down, down by extending it just a little further than it is at the moment. There's a real chance it's going to be complete chaos. So we're currently working our way into New York, and we'll depart the train as we arrive. But it's, you know, this is one of the busier stations, so I figured it'd be worth just watching that happen there. Marvellous. Now, the big challenge on this stretch of track is that firstly, you've got a reasonable amount of distance between New York and an Alpha Complex, which is the next station up the line. We've just come from Hill Valley, which is less. Actually, it is a similar kind of distance. The difficulty comes from making sure that different services aren't cannibalizing one another, which is clearly what's happening at the moment. As you can see, New York to Miranda, no problem at all. And this train tops out at the same speed as Hill Valley Mos Eisley, which is a bit odd as to why it would be so pronounced that passengers would choose to go one service over another. But they do. And therefore, it's kind of hard to look at that. It's nice, isn't it? You know, that's quite something. And therefore, it's actually quite tricky to figure out exactly why those decisions are being made. You can go almost anywhere on the main line these days and see some action happening. It's great. So yes, here we go. Right, Alpha Complex. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I managed to keep this working, even after the transition from double up, double down, back into the kind of comedy that we had going on before. Oh, I guess it's no. I guess we have actually double up, double down on the way back out as well. But the principle that we want to explore, I'm just going to check over to Mos Eisley to see what configuration. There you go. This is where it gets a bit skew with. Yeah, okay, so the concept that we want to explore, and this is actually going to make it a bit easier, is that at the moment we've got terminating services on either end and then through services up the middle. Okay, what we want to do is have the terminating services in the middle. I've set myself quite the mission here, haven't I? With the passing services on the outside. So basically, if a train is turning round, you want it in the middle. Whereas if it's heading back the other way, then you go on the outside. This is a really bad idea. And this is a really terrible station to do it in, because you've got, firstly, you've got to turn into a bridge coming off that end. Secondly, you've got a tunnel at this end, which is just going to make line switching a complete pain. Does that mean we're not going to do it? Maybe not this one, because you've got a crossing thing here as well. See, I'd done a little bit of exploration to see if this was the right one to go for, and it turns out it probably isn't. Is Mos Eisley any better? Because that would serve a similar purpose. No, more tunnels. Beautiful curvy station. And then you've got another crossing. You've got another cross map service there as well. Well, phooey. Okay, well that kind of rules out this particular plan then. Okay, what about your... No, Miranda's got no chance because you've got no space anywhere. Gallifrey's the next one along. How do you feel about life? Well, complicated but not impossible, I think is the way to describe that. So these 4 lines that we've got merging at the end here, they are they're goods. So that's less of a concern. It's complex, certainly, but not impossible. What have we got going on here? Although this tunnel is going to make things a little more challenging. So what we'd end up with... So you've got 4 lines, effectively. Whoa, what's snarled up over here? You chaps should just be able to pile drive your way through here, because you're going up through this tunnel. Right. Okay. How long have you been sat here? No, not that long. You are making money. Okay, so if we bring up the Routatron here, you've got... We're only using 2 lines, which is a bit weird. Yeah, we're only using 2 lines, which is a bit weird. If we were using more lines than that, it would be less weird. And it goes all the way along like that as well. Okay, all right, okay. Well, I think we found our topic to with which to challenge ourselves. So you've got the greens here, which terminate presumably here in Miranda. But the turquoise and pink lines, they are misbehaving. Right, okay, well, we can fix that. Right, let's call up Miranda. Let's change up the terminals on here. Come here. Oi, you, here, all right. Right, who are we going to upset? Let's go... yeah, see, look, that doesn't make any sense at all. Let's move you to platform 2. That's broken. Okay, you've also got signals that are pre-plumbed in. All right, let's move you back to 5 and see if the other one is easier, because you haven't got signals pre-allocated. So, actually not 2, sorry, beg your pardon. That would be 3, and then on the way back would be 4. Right, okay. That's kind of resolved that. That should result in a little less queuing, although madness has occurred here. In which case, we will want to swing you over when you get to Mos Eisley as well. So let's pull Mos Eisley up. Oh, crumbs! You reach a point where you just kind of go, I've lost it. I've completely lost the plot. Swinging this round onto a separate line is hectic. Because as much as we are at the just tweak it section, who's going up there? What are you? You're New York Miranda. Okay. Oh, yes, of course you are. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we just leave that alone a little bit. Yes, they do have to change tracks there, but you do end up with some empty track. Yeah, let's just close that down and back away from it, because what I saw there was unending madness for quite some time. But we'll have a stab at this in Gallifrey to see if we can't make the central turnarounds work, and then we'll go back to the Hill Valley Mos Eisley and we'll stick a different loco set on there. So let's accelerate this and see if I can't clear the station. In fact, if I back up over here, let's intercept. Stop. There you go. Intercept this on the way in. Right. We'll stick you over there for the moment, although I'm liable to close the window, so, that's no proof of anything going to work particularly. You're all leaving. You're still coming in. If we intercept on the other way as well, then maybe we can sort this out. Anyone else coming in? No, we look good here. Looks good. Looks good. One's coming in there. Pause. You Oh, you're freight. Okay, you're allowed to keep going. Because we shouldn't interfere with the freight line at all. In fact, I'll probably just a little bit further. And yeah, go on, you go. And then if that one goes as well, then we can press on. Go on. I don't want to have to stop any other services if I can avoid it. Also, what are you waiting for? That's a valid question. I couldn't tell you, to be sure, but there you go. That's it. Now clear off, and then we'll get in motion. Go on. Just a little bit further. Now, right. Okay. We'll unpause that, and then I can close the window. Right. Okay. So, looking at the station, this is such a bad idea. Right. This is what we've currently got happening. We've got a spare station at the end of this, but I use the word station and platform interchangeably. We've got a spare platform at the end, but what we want to turn these two into termini. One from one direction, one from the other. Why, I hear you ask, would you do this to yourself? Well, it's really quite simple. It's basically what I'm attempting to do is avoid these trains having to cross over one another. As you can see, you're likely to get... Oh, goodness me. Okay, there's a solid argument to be made for you should be cleaning this up anyway, because it's a right mess. Yeah, it is. Okay, so first challenge is going to be to swing these tracks over onto the line. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, okay, I've possibly decided to bite off a lot more than I can chew here. But you know what? No one ever got anywhere by not being adventurous. Don't tell me otherwise. That's the narrative I'm telling myself here, and we're going to roll with it. Now, we don't actually need this last one to do anything at all. There you go. There's a ray of sunshine. So if we start that one out that way, and then we pull this one out this way somewhat, I foresee this is about to occur. Right. This is as much as the level of bulldozing I do when I have a project like this is significant. I always find that you tend to get better results if you just bite the bullet and nuke it, and then go from there. I think your house is likely to be forfeit there, friendo. Right. Okay. So we'll pull you along as the end track here. Oh, really? Do we have to lose that big one? That's a shame. Oh, well. Yep. Right. And then you are the next one along. Like that. Now, I'm going to need some snapped track up there, so I may have to adjust these junctions. You're that one. Yeah. And then you are this one. You've got a bit of a collage there. Well, that's okay. I can relay that and it will work. So if we pull that in there and then... wallop. Okay, right. So if we aim for some snappitude from around there onwards, then maybe we can make it work. Have I got any signals left? No, I've managed to get rid of those. And then what we'll do is we'll peel these out one way and peel those out the other way, and everything should be fine. Should be fine. In fact, we don't even need to connect. One of these two doesn't need to be connected. Interesting. Because that will be the terminating track coming the opposite direction. So actually, this is potentially significantly simpler. But you'll need a Y to get into this one. Will you? Yes, you will. You'll need to be able to connect up to effectively all four. Me and these ideas, I don't know. See, I saw this when it was first mentioned in the comments, and I went, oh, that's an interesting idea, and I think that there may be some merit in there. And now that I'm actually doing it, I'm going, why do you listen to people? They're just there to make your life more complicated. And then I go, yeah, but actually that makes for really quite a good video, in a fun sense. Now, I'm going to... brace yourselves, I'm going to change my mind a few times on this. Right, so if I did that... No, hold on. Hold on. Are you going to have enough room to make that work? Well, let's try it and see what happens. So if you ran a track... Please don't snap. There you go. Give me just a bit of space here. Right. And then you need to Y-junction that out onto there. Yep. And then the same again the other way. Like that. Yeah, what do you know? That worked. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but it's certainly halfway decent. All right, okay, good. You've done that. Now, the bigger challenge is going to be, okay, which one are you closer to? It's going to take some practice before I'm any good at this, you know. So you could do that. It's not horrendous. The other alternative might be to keep that snapped to there and then peel off that way, which would make it a little neater. Although that Y-junction worked quite well. Good job. We might revisit that as a concept in a moment. Alright, okay, let's try this then. So we'll give you space enough like that, and then pull that over there. Yep, and from about here, I suppose, we do the same thing over there. All right, okay, yeah, arguably that's a little bit better. I mean, not much. We're not talking like, you know, a quantum leap forward in efficiency here, but that'll probably do it. Right, let's connect you up to your platform. Good, which leaves this end one here as redundant. But I am going to plumb it in anyway, just so that we have the choice. Okay. Now, this is all well and good, of course. One should have... Well, actually, no. Your naming convention is such that you'll be able to find whichever service it is that finishes here without too much of a trouble. Gallifrey. So, Alco to Gallifrey. Alco is Alpha Complex. Right, okay. So at the moment you are doing something baffling and going into there, which we don't want anymore. Instead, we're going to have you terminate. Where did we decide it was? On that one. Yeah. That one there. Okay, go on in, figure it out. Complicated. Right, okay, so that is... Gallifrey, track 2. All right, so 3, 4, 5. Track 5. Gallifrey, track 5. There we go. And you've got a bit of up-down action happening there. So if I one-way signal up near this tunnel and turn this into one-way only, yeah, like that. How much blockage are you going to get there? Some. We're going to get a moderate amount of blockage, but if we then do this the other way, less blockage presumably. Right, it can't get now from Miranda out to here because we are in the section of the main line that I've not doubled up and down yet. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Yeah, okay. And then I tell you what we're going to need to do here. We're going to need to pull up all the services. Why do I do this? Okay, yeah, right. Local, Mos Eisley, Mega City 1, Miranda Hogsmeade. Why can I see Miranda Hogsmeade? Because it comes through this station. Oh, okay, that's reasonable. Any more for any more? Freight, freight, freight. Good. Really? Just 2 lines to fix? It's only 2 lines to fix. This shouldn't be as big an issue as I'm potentially painting it to be. Right, okay, so we got these pair. There was another one happening there, wasn't it? Or was that what the one you just did? Yeah, it was. We probably ought to keep that up as well. Right, there we go. So you go and sit over there because I don't need to worry about you just yet. We've got some more routing to do before that's a problem. Right, so the green line is heading out to Hogsmeade. Now this is going to rather change the complexion of the whole shebang. Oh no, not necessarily. Although there should also be a Gallifrey service that finishes here as well. There should, you're not wrong. And I don't think I can see it because it's broken. Oh no, blue. There you go. Gallifrey Asgard. Right, okay, so Gallifrey Asgard we're going to have finishing on platform, I guess, 4. Oh my god, look at all these signals. Right, kill those. We're going to have to fix up the whole route. Gallifrey, instead of 7, I want you on 4. It's going to go, no. Kind of go, don't worry about it. No, we'll have you sorted in no time at all. Let's fix this end, and then maybe we can get something working here, possibly, or not, as the case may be. Anybody else who is using signals at the moment, stop using signals. Right, that's it. Now then. I mean, obviously, these routes would still work if I hadn't locked in platform assignments, but I have, so they're not. Right, 1, 2, yeah, 2 needs to be the next one. Oh, to tell you what, hold on. Let's go from here. Yeah, right there. Okay, so that's before all of the point selection for the approach into the station occur. So it should make life a little bit easier. Now we've got a bit of points action here, which I'm guessing is what enables. No, you're guessing wrong. That's the terminating track that was lending itself towards. Okay, right. That's something else. We've only got 9 broken routes now, which, given that I've only got 4 up at the moment, is perhaps a little concerning. But you know. Hey-ho. Right, okay, now, get rid of the bulldozer before you do something you regret. I regret everything I'm doing. Right, okay, so if we bring up the track again. So this is now a through line, and it's going to snap onto the 4th there, the inside. That is now the new line there. You are also still pretty much as you were. But you're going to need to come on over. Come on over there. Hang on, cancel that. Do this. There you go. And then carry that round. Good. And we can carry these 2 round up to there as well. Or do we? No, I think we probably snap those to the freight track, because that's going to make life a little easier. So if we snap that to there. Actually, just keep ploughing it in, and then we'll figure out relatively quickly whether this is going to work or not. No, you are on that one. Right, kill this bit of track here. There you go. You live on there, so you'd come into there. Have you confused yourself? Maybe I have. Hold on, wait. So we got Jipur up, down. Oh, what's up, yeah, down, yeah. Terminate. Right. Okay. Fine. So you do need to land on that one. Okay. And then you're just normal. Oh, thanks. I always wanted to be normal. Right. You get on there and you come round onto the remaining track there. Right, that's something. Now then, it's obviously nowhere near done. What's going on? Oh, it's auto-saving. Right, I was wondering why I'd been locked out of my control mechanisms there for a moment. But when conducting this kind of thing, autosave is not to be sniffed at. Right, okay, now then. We do the same kind of Y-ish at this end, except this time we can leave that one alone because that's the terminating track. And this one just needs connecting up to the 4 that lie outside it. In theory, that should be a doddle. Okay, right, so if we go straight, maybe straight-ish, and then if these 2 are snapped together, that's horrendous. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, okay, it is horrendous, but it does still kind of get the job done. And then similarly, this one goes out onto there. And if we bring that round as far as it's happy to go, we should be able to maintain a certain level of velocity as we do so. certain level of velociraptor. Right. Okay, right. Now, as much as that has perplexed it, it has also enabled it to start working. Double slip that one, and then double slip this one. Right. Now, the reason it's got completely confused there is because it's, well, it's blatantly obvious. It's trying to figure out what the heck I'm trying to encourage it to do. So, backing up here, we should have 2 ups. So let's move the Gallifrey terminations over that side, and the through routes will stick here. So we've got, coming from Miranda, which is behind us, sorry, just had to double check, you then come up through Gallifrey, and you're going to need one of these 2 as the track that you go through on. And therefore, we're going to choose track 2. Okay, good. This one then is going through, apparently it wants to go on 4. No, wait, the other way. It's going to go on 3. Yes, good. Okay, yes. Anything else? Good. Right. Then going the other way, instead of 4, you're now going to want 5. You got that wrong. No, okay, all right. So change your mind. So put that on 3, yeah, and then put that on 5. Why is 3 not taken? Let's assume it's a one-way signal for the moment, and we'll worry about exactly what you've done in a moment. We've got some upstream going on here. Well, that's purple. Don't sweat purple. Yeah, but hold on. Here's the wait, and then that's the terminating track. Okay. So why is green trying to do that? Well, green's just having a funny moment. Gallifrey, it's not 5 then, is it? No, it's 7. It's 7. Ah, you're on 7. It's not though, is it? Oh no, I've tied myself up in knots. This is not that complicated. I'm just making it complicated because I don't know. I'm an imbecile. Right. Okay. Hogsmeade, Mega City 1 comes tearing in. Look, this is green. Move that out of the way so it doesn't distract you. Focus on green. Yes, sir. Mega City 1, Gallifrey, you are coming down, which means not that one. It means you want to be over here on 7. Sure? Why not? 7. Okay, good. And then going back the other way, you're going to want to be on the other line that we can use, which is 3. 3. That's perfect. That is now doing what it's supposed to do. So that is, in fact, a live demonstration of the new system. Ta-da! And so forth. And you know what? It's not bad. We've got some dubious lane assignments going on as we move out. But this backing on itself is exactly as intended. You're just going to have to avoid using a one-way signal to allow it to release again. Yes. We're going to want to do some reassignment of track usage going that way to make sure that we've kind of optimized the number of trains on each line. Yes. Has it in fact done the job though? Tough to say. And also, no, never mind. And also, it's fine. I am going to need to put a set of points in there. In about here. All right. Well, look, you need to get that over because I suspect that this line is occasionally used to route goods services from the depot to where they need to be. So I don't need to pay any special attention to it. And I certainly don't need to double slip that junction because that's going the wrong way, and we don't want to send it up the one-way track we don't want to do that, all right? So we're not going to. Right, now then, to let's put another layer of connectivity on here. Now, we don't actually use this platform at all for anything at the moment, but it is connected at both ends, so it does have that possibility open to it. And there are still 4 broken lines, which is a bit odd. It's more than a bit odd, because I can only see 1 that would actually be broken. Yeah, okay. What it can't do is it can't go back. Why not? Why don't you just figure out that you can spin out this way? Because you've reached Gallifrey. You're coming in on 5, which is one of the 2 terminatings, which is absolutely dandy. I'll tell you what else. In order to prevent myself from doing anything rash later on, let's grab a set of buffers and stick those on there. A set of buffers set. Buffer is right at the start. Come on, hold that. Maybe it'll go quicker. There you go. Look at all these assets that we could be plumbing in. Now, I've tinkered with some assets. I've got one pro tip for you. If you want to decorate your line with some kind of just resting locos or some rolling stock that's just kind of sitting there, make sure the line's completely flat. If you try and do it on a slope, it just looks rubbish. So don't. There you go. Pro tips there. See, we drop them into the middle of the episode. That way, you kind of make sure that you watch the whole thing. Right, now then, let's have a look and see what kind of clown college we've got going on here. No one is going up the middle. You probably should be. But it's because I've double up, double downed it. So they're actually incapable of behaving normally, and then everything kind of goes completely bananas. All right, okay, so, well, if I just change the signal priorities on here, maybe that will work. You reckon? No, I don't, but it is worth a shot. We might have to double up, double down Miranda. Now that in itself shouldn't be too much of a mission, but all of this nonsense we've got going on here. Let's get a shot of it, and it's proving to be just a little tricky to target these, but I'm assuming that every time it says $300 that I'm only removing the signal and I'm not removing infrastructure, because I don't want to have to relay the track. Right, that better not be is that signals in the tunnel? Yeah, but they're freight signals. That's fine. You don't worry about those, precious. Just worry about the passenger signalling, and then after that, when we stick it back in and we put them on one way, there is a fighting chance it figures itself out. But you'll need to do some platform assignments at Miranda. Listen to the confidence there, just squeaking its way out. This is actually quite good. Whether it's more efficient or not, I'm going to suggest that it probably is, and that it probably is because instead of having to cross over, so as you'll see, pink as it comes in crosses over one line. Okay, well that's unavoidable, unless of course I run pink on the inner line, in which case it doesn't have to cross over a thing, and then we run pink back out on this line. Oh, hello, he's onto something there. The challenge it will always happen at some point, however, because the green lines here, they are going to need to move in towards their reversing station when they reach the end of the line. So maybe I'm not saving much there. But what it isn't doing is it's not crossing over 4 tracks, which it was doing in places previously. So there is a modicum of efficiency being gained, if not, a reasonable amount. Right, now then, let's put the signals on here and really upset everything. Right, so a pair of... Hold on, look, get out of it. I'm putting all new signals in. You could have just changed what that one did. Yeah, could have. Did I, though? No, you didn't. This was incredibly obvious. Right. Okay, right. That's now set that up as a 2 up, 2 down, and we'll keep that motif in place as we move along the line here, and then we'll stick another set there, and we'll go a little further, and with a bit of jolly good luck, well, I mean, this chap is likely to be confused, but, you know, a certain amount of confusion is rather inevitable. There you go. That's it. And then probably another set here. Should have done this when I just deleted them, really, because I suspect that where I've stuck signals mostly so far is where they're most required. And although I don't think I had enough on the line in order to handle the capacity properly. Tricky. Okay, good. Yes. Any more? Oh yeah, keep them coming. We need lots more. There's a lengthy bit of tunnel. Right. Yeah. And don't put it on the underground one because you'll cause mayhem. That is a lengthy bit of tunnel. But it is the final stretch, and actually having that lead up time may lead to any potential kind of conflict there auto resolving simply by the way that the trains are spaced out. Can't rule it out. Right, okay, who's now confused at Miranda, and also who else lives at Miranda? Right, you've got orange and you've got yellow. What the heck are they? Who are you? Who is orange and yellow? There's, you see, the problem with being a little bit colourblind is I can't tell if they're different colours or the same. I'm going to say they're probably the same colour. Maybe one shade difference between them. Has that helped? Not dramatically. It's greens and yellows I have trouble with. Try you've got an orange here already. Go for flipping red. There you go. Right, okay, it's that one. Okay, right, good. That one we could probably leave alone because that one's reversing. Okay, good. What's this? Supply Miranda Gallifrey. That's freight. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, fine. We can leave that one alone as well. Miranda Hogsmeade. Yeah, we've already got it. Mos Eisley Mega City 1 we've already got as well, I suspect. Alco Gallifrey we've got. So what the heck am I looking at here? Is that the freight route? Yeah, it is. It's the freight route, and it's single track. What? Jumping Jehoshaphat. What is going on here? Well, look, just look for the yellow and the orange. There's an orange, right? It's the gondola Spinwood, and that's the Gunderson Spinwood. So you don't need to worry about those. Okay, good. In that case, have I got everything I do need to worry about? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, that's simpler than I anticipated. Right. Okay. Now then, we just need to do platform assignments here. So Alco Gallifrey, you come through Miranda. And at the moment you are stopping on 3. 1, 2, 3, yes. And then on the way back, instead of stopping on 4, how about you stop on 5? How certain are you that that's the right move? Oh, pretty certain. There you go. Right, that's made that less upset. Now you are coming through Miranda. First up, you come on 5. No, that's not good. That dog won't hunt. You're going to need to come through on 4. Am I? No. That's 6. Okay, 6. Yeah, and then this one is 4. No, it's not. Okay, all right. That's okay. This just it was the first attempt, and therefore we have to assume that we're getting it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going from Miranda up the line to Gallifrey. From Miranda up the line to Gallifrey is 4. There you go. And then coming back, you're going to go 2 higher than that, which is 6. 6. Whoa, look at that. It's like science, only not anywhere near as complicated. Right, what have we got going on here? Green is diving out to the... No, wait. Green dives out to lane 3 here, whereas this cheeky chappy decides that where it really wants to be is on the next one out. So turquoise, or cyan, as some of you may wish to call it, has changed lane there. Yeah, we're still using all four, and that's because I've got it going out that way. Now, if I were to switch green, hello there, if you were to go on to whatever, don't, just maintain your calm. They're basically at Gallifrey, instead of 2, hold on, really? Yeah. You go to 2, yes. You, wait, go to 3. Go to 3. Okay, and that way we might not have you changing lanes down at this end, which should make that work a little bit smoother. Oh, look at that. That's very clean indeed. And then when green does its switch, it's still going out to the far side. No, that you've got it going out to the far side now, so that the cyan line doesn't have to move. Right, who's broken? Oh, that's fine. It's just trains. Trains are going, what? Well, in which case, you're done. So what we need to do is just check the other side of Gallifrey now and see what happens as far as some line shuffling is concerned when we're done with all these clowns, who I am now closing their windows. Goodbye, clowns. Right, okay. Now then, we've got some unused going on here. And this is going to be because we've transitioned back to kind of multi-routing stuff. Yeah, so it's they're all shuffling around to get to the right place. That's understandable, because until I complete the entire network, up, down, double up, double down, there's always going to be a level of, let's say, confusion that occurs. Now, if I were to just move one of these two clowns, how about Mr. Cyan here, which is one of the windows you just closed. Well done. This one here. Yep. Right. Now, if you instead of switching to the inside lane to go, oh, I'm going to get a racing line. It's not the racing line though, is it? Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, you're terminating at the next station, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Right. We'll stick an interstitial waypoint for you to keep you on the third lane rather than the fourth. That'll be easy. Show me where I've got some signals. There we go. Oh no, be the second instead of the fourth. Oh, this might be more complex then. Yeah, I don't think I can get over there. Can you though? No. Right, okay, now, this then suggests to me that what I need to do is I need to spend some time off camera fixing up double up, double down for the entire stretch of the network. I'm not going to make you sit through it because it will be very repetitive and arguably quite a bit dull. Right. Go where you need to go. If you run into someone else, these will be trains that are now facing the wrong way on a one-way line, I would imagine. Maybe that will pay off. Let's accelerate it and see if we break anything. Yeah, once I've done the entire network double up, double down, then making changes like this should be far simpler. But here we go. He's terminating here, look. Right, and then on the way back out, let's do this slowly so we can actually appreciate the simplicity of what it's actually doing. You say simplicity, it is simple, but at the same time, it's not for the faint of heart when you're changing up a system that was kind of working, and now you're trying to make one that kind of works better. Right, okay, so you're just gonna switch lane on the way out to somewhere exciting. Look at all of this. This is quite a good view. Arguably, all of these electrical cables are getting in the way. There you go, nice little commuting service happening there. Right, now that's enough of that. What else we should do today is we should let's do some new trains. There you go, he's off and running. Go on, here comes another one. Look, that's a good length train. And what's the capacity on that? 228. I bet you're making quite a bit of cash, aren't you? No, I'm not. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. But no matter. Never mind. Right, okay, now then, we started out, the original plan was that we would sort out Hill Valco, if that is a thing. It might not be. No, it's Hill Valley Moss Isley. There you go, it's Mintalco. Okay, right, so over to here, and where are we? Moss Isley to Hill Valley has got 83 passengers waiting. No, Hill Valley, wait. Oh, right. So the local version, because we've got a cross that runs the same route. This would explain the cannibalisation, is because you'll take the cross country, because I'm running super quicks on that. Now, I could probably get a super quick on here, but that's then going to harm all the other local routes that run in the same direction. You've got to do something, though. You can't just let this fester and die. Otherwise, why are you running the service? Now, given the number of services that I run that, just don't make any money at all or cost me an absolute bundle, this one's actually not that expensive. I mean, what did we lose last year? 2.8 million? That's a drop in the ocean. I've blown significantly more than that in the past. However, let's switch this up for something new. Now, I suspect that was probably running something capable of in the region of 160-ish. So maybe if I find something that does 200, then life will get quite exciting. I'll even look at some diesels. What do we got here? 130 for the sprinters. No, not the sprinters, but the class 150s /2. For those who like a slash. The SNCF, there you go. I think that was what we were possibly running before. Couldn't tell you for certain. They do 160. Then you're into multi-unit haulers. Oh, hold on. What are you? TG Hirt does 300 kilometres an hour. Good gracious me. Well, I've got lots of those to choose from. This one does 510 passengers. All right, I might find a home for you in a minute. You've then got the Siemens Inspiro, which it's got good capacity, but it's not quick enough. So we're going to have to look over the electrical side. I will use those diesels. I think there is an opportunity there. Now you've got the Shinkansen, which only, bizarrely, the Shinkansen Zero only does 210 only. Which puts it at 210 kilometres an hour is around about, what are we looking here? About 130 miles per hour. So it's not, it's not stupidly fast. It is fast, but it's not off the chart. I'm looking for something in the kind of 180 bracket. Would be absolutely super. I don't think we're going to find that. You're either going to go over 200. Or under 180. Now, I mean, you've got the Class Z here, the SNCF, but firstly, it doesn't exactly carry very many passengers now, does it? Well, this route doesn't need that many passengers. This is very true. That's very true. Okay, well, put that on my consideration. No, I think we put a Shinkansen on it. It only does 10 miles per hour faster. 90 capacity is not bad, and the running cost isn't awful either. And I haven't got one yet. All right, just continue, finish your tour, and then choose one. You're a 300. You're that. We're running the Javelin at 225 down there already. Oh, in which case a Shinkansen running next door to that would look terrific. How about you? You're a 160. So are you? Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, we're good. We're doing it. Now then, which one do I actually like the look of? I quite like this green number. We're not going to need 140 capacity, at least not in the first instance. If it does end up chewing through all of the demand, then arguably we will need to upgrade to something with a bit more passenger space. What do you like? I think we like the green one. Okay. And plus the green one offers a 90 capacity option. There we go. You're hired. Add. And hold on. What? Apparently it only costs $4,000. Okay, well that's not properly configured then, is it? However, it does at least cost 2.7 million to run a year. So the purchase price, a little on the cheap side, But the running costs are normal. So let's replace it now. I'm getting 21 million quid for nothing as a result, but that's not the objective. Right, let's up the tempo so that we can go find one. There we go, we got one. All right, okay, here you go. Let's go say hi. And it hasn't loaded the texture correctly, or it's picking up on the colour of the line. Is it picking up on the colour of the line, or is it not loaded the texture correctly? It's not loaded the texture correctly. Oh, that's annoying. The good news is that, yeah, if your vehicles all turn blue, it's usually because you've got some texture issues going on there. Okay, it doesn't look terrible, but at the same time, I'm not prepared to accept that. Also, it doesn't look like it's going very quick, does it? But it is kind of shuffling its way along. No, let's change it up again. I want one that looks the part. So I think we're going to have to go for one of the slightly higher capacity versions, just in order to avoid that textural issue. Right, a 6 car, 140. Okay, yeah, we'll take it. There you go. On and replace now, please. I've got to pay $99,000. Oh, how dreadful for me. Really? Have you picked up already? Yeah, you've not loaded your texture correctly either. Oh, that's very, very frustrating. All right, well, we'll just live with it. For now, we'll see what we get out of it. Doesn't appear to have any particular specialness of the sound. You kind of get used to, you know, new locos being added, having bespoke sound packs on there, but it's not the end of the world. We'll track alongside it rather than ride on board. We've ridden on board these things often enough. We know this route reasonably well, so there's no real benefit in riding on board here, other than you don't have to look at the side of a mountain. Yes, that's a thing. Yeah, well, you know, this was your choice. I know, and I chose wisely. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Just a bit of shadow pool there. Maybe it is the darkness coming to take us over. It is the starting point of the Langoliers come to chew us all up and spit us out, like so many yesterdays. Right, where are you? You're doing 150. Listen up, Tiger. I'm going to need you to really kind of belt it here. You're capable... There you go. We're now over 160, so it's faster than whatever it was we were running before, because that certainly only had a top speed in the 140 to 160 range. So we're already going a little bit quicker, but it's not setting a blistering pace now, is it? Oh, no, look at that. Oh, okay, jump on. Jump on. There you go. We're jumping on because we're overtaking a goods train. I think that was pretty obvious. Oh, were that I could turn my head. And look, there's another one coming the other way. We're going to fling it through here. This is all jolly lovely. Right, we're now in the one-way sections track, and if once we're running at somewhat close to capacity, there you go. There's the sister train going the opposite way. You should know if this is working on the back or off the back of how much queuing do you have to do. Now, there's always going to be the potential for a little bit of queuage, but with a bit of luck, this newer system should reduce that significantly, particularly when it comes to station approach. You know how I said we weren't going to ride on board? Yeah, totally lying. We're going to completely ride on board. Now, we did manage to get over 200 click speed there as we come into Alpha Complex, which means we've got there's a bit of rock there that someone's left on the platform, which is charming. Okay, good, right. So there's this. How many passengers are we going to get here? Train 147 has reached its lifetime. Okay, I'll fix that offline because that's just quicker. Now, oh, okay, you have got a custom hooter. All right, that's acceptable. Right, yeah, I'm going to fix up the remainder of the passenger line to be double up, double down all the way through. I don't think it's going to lead to dramatic increase in profits or anything. What's that signal for? Interesting. Okay, it's made a switch line. But you see, you stick signals in when you build it for the first time, and maybe you've put it in a sensible place at the time. Maybe it's to solve a minor problem that you've got going on, and then you keep building and you forget it's there. That's why you end up with rogue signals. All right, we're out of 2 up, 2 down now. We're into up, down, up, down. We're in a Shinkansen and we're being done by an SD70. Where's your pride? Come on, hoof it. They top out at 115. It's still just no. See, now we're getting it. Now we're gonna show it who the big dog is. It's us. We're the big dog. You, not the big dog. No, you're a freight train, and therefore there should be absolutely no competition. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, I saw that too. We're into... I've got some misplaced signals going on back there. I mean, it's not the first time, but even so, that's worthy of consideration. Right, as we come through Mos Eisley, we've actually got quite a long way to go here, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah, these kind of tinkering, gentle improvement projects, what I'll probably do when I've got them in mind is kind of do an episode where I show you exactly what I'm thinking and then replicate it if and when it feels necessary. Where are you going now? Oh, I see. Now you're getting back into the doubles. Okay, fine. Right, okay, there you go. I probably won't use this station approach on all the passenger stations because we're far enough through this series now that it's worth trying for proof of concept more than it is for something we stick with. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I've got no idea what this joker's doing. He's going to Mos Eisley. He's terminating. Do subscribe to keep up with this series and so you don't miss out on the start of the next one, which will be coming along fairly soon. The concept is sound. I have started work on the map, but that's just some preview type commentary there. It is not in any way indicative of anything. Right, 50 passengers. It's not brilliant, is it? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back very soon with some more, and I'll catch up with you then. Let's park it here. Cheerio. Now look, this new system might have only been rolling for the best part of 10 minutes, but already I like it. It feels like the whole thing is just better strung together, to be honest. And it makes me go, I should have done that to start with. Now, I'm not going to be able to go around and do every station. It would take ages. I will up, down, down every station. Because that makes sense and it will allow it to just hang together a little better. But the stations aren't really built. There are some, like Alpha Complex, which we looked at the beginning, where you got bridge work coming out of it and tunnels heading into it. And you really need to build with your station assignments in mind from the get-go if you're going to make that work. So I didn't do that, and therefore making it work is going to be incredibly painful. So I'll probably leave that because I still like the overall setup of it. Yeah, so it may be revisited in the future. Anyway, I'm having a thoroughly good time with this, and if you are as well, and you haven't already, push your subscribe button for us. There's a good lad, and by all means, thump yourself against the like button until it goes the right colour. You'll know what the right colour is as soon as you thump it. There you go. Yeah, good. Now take your head off the keyboard and go do something else.